Hi everybody, how are you? Again we're back with a new video. Today's video, the first video about how to solve a full A/B test. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to solve a few problems from the test as you solve it in the exam. But remember, beyond each one of these problems, a topic. I'm going to solve a few problems, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it's good. Then I will explain the topic beyond these questions. As example, if I have exponential, if I have exponential functions, I will go explain for you how you integrate and differentiate the exponential function. If the problem about increasing, decreasing, concavity, inflection point, extrema points, which is maximum, minimum, local, absolute, I will explain the topic. If the problem about implicit differentiation, I will solve it as I solve it in the exam. Then I'm going to give you more example about this. Let us start and open our test and see what problem we have. Then go and explain the material. Look in the test. You have, for no calculator section, we have 28 problems to finish in 55 minutes. These type of the problem we're going to have in the A/B test. Now, I'm going to start solve it as a student, then I'm going to back to each problem and explain it. The first problem is integration of e to the 2x equal. Integration of this function, easy, is look, e to the 2x, you leave it the same. The derivative of the exponent is 2, and the limit of my integration from 0 to 1. Then to finish the problem, we call this definite integration. You open two parentheses, 1 minus, you plug the 1 first, the top number first. This is first always, and this is the second. E to the 2 times 1 is square over 2 minus anything to the power 0 is 1. Then look the answers. Then e square over 2 minus 1 over 1. You multiply the 1 by 2 to have the same denominator. Then e square minus 2 over 2, which is this answer. Number 3. He wants me to find, let me enlarge it for you a little bit. He wants f of x given as integration from 2 to the x squared t squared dt. Then find f of 2. F of 2, you have to go back here, replace x by 2, becomes 2 squared 4. He wants me to find the integration from 2 to the 4 of t squared dt. The integration of polynomials, all what you have to do, you add 2 plus 1 together, 3 over 3 from 2 to the 4. The same as I did here. We open two parentheses, minus, then you start with the 4, 4 cubed, minus over 3, 2 cubed over 3, which is equal 64 over 3, 8 over 3, 56 over 3, which is E, the 3. Okay, you see it's fast, you can do it fast. Okay, this trig function, I have 3 now topics to go back and explain. Exponential, polynomial function, trig function. Now, trig function, remember I have this my problem, tan e to the x. I'm going to explain it in a few seconds. When I go back to my board, I will explain this problem. To to integrate, to differentiate tan, you have to remember the derivative of tan is secant square. Then f prime of x equal, first leave space because always you have to derive the angle. Always we have to derive the angle. Leave space for the angle derivative, secant square. I'm going to use different color. You see the angle? Angle in red, E sine x. Always leave space next to, always leave space next to the trig function, derivative of e to the sine, two things together. That's what I'm going to do in my board. The sine, derivative of the is cosine. Cosine x, and leave the exponent. Wow, this is a problem, a combination between two type function. The derivative of e to the sine is you leave e to the sine, you see this, and you derive the exponent, sine x becomes cosine x. Which one has cosine secant square? Which one has cosine secant square and e sine x? Wow, here, you see that? Here. You have the cosine secant square e sine x. He arranged it to make it like this: e sine x, cosine x, secant square x, e secant square. Secant square the angle. Secant square e sine x. Okay. Here, another problem. He wants a trig function, again another trig function. As I told you, that guy, this guy here, trig function. Let me start with the problem. I'm going to write it in a different way. F of x equal tan x square plus sine x. Before I derive it, I'm going to write it in this form. This form make it easy for me to solve. Okay, then what I'm going to do next? I'm going to do f prime of x equal. You bring the exponent, you leave that everything in the parentheses as is, then you derive it. Derive which one? The tan x. What derivative of tan? We just said that secant square x plus what the derivative of the cosine sine is cosine. Now what he wants? He asked me after I found the derivative to go back and replace x by pi over 4. Then he wants f of pi over 4 equal to tan pi over 4. If you memorize this simple angle, cosine pi over 4. Let me just review this. Something, tan pi over 4 equal 1. Remember this. Cosine pi over 4 square root of 2 over 2. Secant, I'm going to just take the secant by itself. Secant x is 1 over cosine, which is the reciprocal of this guy. You see that? Secant is 1 over cosine. Then this equal 2 over square root of 2. Then the secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. Let us go here. 2 times 1, 2, this one, 2. And secant square, you square this guy. When you square this guy, 2 square is 4. When you square the square root of 2, square root of 2 square equal 2. Good? Plus cos square root of 2 over 2. This cancel, 2, 4, plus square root of 2 over 2. Now again, we have to have the same denominator. 1, 2, 2. Good? will be 8 plus square root of 2. Now I have the same denominator. 8 plus square root of 2 over 2, which is C. Good. Number 5. Let's see what number 5. Decrease at which of the following points is the function decreasing concave up, down. This is very important, very important topic. Very important topic in math. Could be an open-ended problem, because that I'm going to take my time, explain it later on. I'm going to take my time, explain this problem later on. Okay. Concave down, decreasing. Concave down in blue mean if, concave down, you see blue, mean if w prime of x less than 0, which is negative. Decreasing means, decreasing, the same color, mean if prime of x also the same thing, less than 0, negative. Then find the two derivatives. I have no space here. And I have the function. I'm going to do the function x4 minus 2x cubed minus 2x squared. I have my student here. x4 minus x cubed. We're going to see where this function decreasing and what? We have the function. He asked me which interval f of x, Ismail, f of x equal x4 2x cubed 2x squared plus 7.
Wants you to determine the concave up and concave down?
No, yes, he wants the interval. I don't have to, this is a multiple choice problem, Ismail. I cannot take my time doing it forever, right? I cannot take my time doing it what? Forever, right?
Yeah.
But he asked me, the question is, Ismail, is where this function, concave up, which interval and what? Which interval concave what? Down. All what I have to do, I'm going to find the two derivatives, right? I'm going to find the two derivatives, then decide which interval give me a negative, because concave down mean the second derivative negative, right? Then let me do the two derivatives. The first one, give me Ismail the first one. Ismail going to help me.
4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 4x.
Can you explain for me, Ismail, what you did?
I put the 4 up in the front and you subtract the exponent by 1. And then you do the same throughout the rest. That's the first one.
Yes, 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, x, right? Then my first derivative is this guy, right? Now Ismail, give me the second derivative. F w prime of x.
It's 12x.
12 f w prime of x
12x squared minus 12x
minus
4.
Okay, I will leave this problem to the end, you know what I mean? This is going to take time, but I'm going to explain it now. Now my choices here, I need to try my choices, see which one give me negative for this and which one give me positive, right? Then I have the two derivative in front of me, here in front of you. If you try this number, right? If I try this number, I'm going to put the two derivative again here. F prime of x equal what we made? 4x cubed
minus
6x
squared.
I
think it's minus 4x.
Minus 4x, right? Now look, choose any number here, right? One between 1 and negative 10 and try it, right? Like easy to choose 2, right? 2, 8, 32, right?
Yeah, 32.
32, right? Look here, 4 times 2, 32, minus what? 24 is 8, minus, right? 32 minus 24 is 8. 8 minus 8, 0. That's impossible choice. Look, Ismail, I'm gonna cancel it.
Okay.
Good? That's impossible choice.
You can also do this on your calculator.
One more time, Ismail, can you check the answer? Can you check the point? 2, we said 2. 2 is 8 times 4, 32. 32. Oh, 1 to negative 10. Negative, Ismail. 1 to between 1 and negative 10.
I would go up. I would have said it was that.
Yes. We don't have 2 from negative 10. We're going to take 0. Not 0. From negative, this negative 1.
Is there an interval or no?
Eh?
Is there an interval?
Which one?
Is there an interval? Or is it to negative phase? No.
That's which of the following point? It's a point.
Okay.
It's a point, right? It's a point. The one, we're going to choose the one, only the one. Not negative 10. 4. We're going to choose the first point. What? 4 times 4.
Because that's the x.
Yes. 4 minus 6. Negative 2 minus 4, negative 6. Could be my answer, could be. I'm going to put, okay? Good? Give me a bit. That's going to be an answer. Because what? Go to the 2. 2 is going to be positive. It's impossible. Because 2 cubed is 8. 0. 2 give you 0, that's impossible, right? 3 will be positive, right? You don't have to go to the concave down. 3 is what? Positive, right?
Yeah.
Negative 1, negative 4.
It's negative 4. That's going to be a positive.
4, right? It's going to be what? Negative 4. And this is going to be negative 6, negative 10, right?
Yeah.
Negative 10 plus. That could be an answer also.
Yeah.
Then D, negative 2, 8, negative 32, negative 32. And here.
Minus, that's going to be 4 times
This
6.
could be,
So
right?
It's going to be a negative 2, yeah.
Then I need, which one now? Give me another color.
So now you're going to need,
The second derivative, right?
yeah, you're going to have to put both of those in the second derivative.
Yes, f prime, w prime of x, right? What we have? 12x squared, 12x minus 4, right? Now try what? The bottom one, negative 2.
It's going to give you a positive.
It's going to be positive, that's impossible.
Alright.
We cancel it. Negative 1,
It's going to give you...
positive again, because 12 plus, right? Then my answer is what? 8. Good?
Yeah.
Now, number 6. He said, which of the following are the antiderivative? I'm going to stop at number 6 for today. I'm going to stop at number 6 for today.